Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Beach Buddy Corner, the podcast where we talk about anything related to the Long Beach community. Please stay tuned for our last episode of the semester. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Beach Buddy Corner. As always, this is Stephanie, your friend, host, and fellow beach buddy. Thank you so much for joining me on our last episode of our podcast of the semester. Don't worry, I'll be back next semester with some new topics and new suggestions for all of you that are listening. First and foremost, I really want to thank everyone who has listened to this podcast so far. I really appreciate receiving all your love, all your cheers, um, al- also all of your comments. I have heard from some of you that you seem to find this podcast relaxing, or you use it as a way to distract from all the chaos that's going on in the world right now. And I really find that touching. I really do. When I first pitched the idea of this podcast, I didn't really know how it would go, how people would react, how it would be received. And just hearing all your love just really makes this podcast worthwhile. Um, the reason why I started this podcast was for me to be able to communicate with all of you, whether you attend Cal State Long Beach, whether you are an alumni from Cal State Long Beach, or you are just a resident of Long Beach. This is really a podcast. If maybe one day you don't really have time to attend peer mentoring, this is kind of a preview what in peer mentoring we do. Um, so it's just my way of talking to all of you with, all this sincerity, and all these suggestions really come from my heart and really come from a place of well-being. And I am so thank you for following me on this journey. And I still have so much more in store for you guys. So I can't wait for next semester, all these topics that I really want to talk about, and maybe more guests in the semester to come. With that being said, before we even start the next semester, we need to talk about fall break. I've heard from a lot of my peers that just like everything else in this year, fall break is going to look a little bit different. But I am here to encourage you to take a positive out of a negative situation. How might that look like, you ask? For example, in my case, I have been able to really spend a lot of time with my family, which before COVID I didn't really have, that special bond with my family. We really got to reconnect in a way that I felt that we really needed as a family. So, you know, that's taking a positive out of a negative situation. Or maybe taking time to really focus on yourself or your mental health, whether that be mental health, physical health, etc. Um, I know it's really hard to do, but I really would like for everyone just to try. Celebrate with those that you live with, whether you be your family, roommates, pets, etc. But take this time to take care of yourself. I encourage you for these 4 days of break, don't even open that essay you're working on or that assignment that's on your computer. You deserve an hour or two of binge watching that show that you have not since the beginning of this year. Or in my case, maybe open up a book you haven't opened since the beginning of this year. Or take a nap. A nap is always nice. Just taking like a half an hour nap is just changes your mood for the entire day. My point is all of you that are listening deserve a break. Just to breathe for a moment, close your eyes, and relax. We are almost done with the semester. I can see the finish line in the horizon. And I am just amazed at what all of you have accomplished and what all of you have done given the circumstances that we are in. Take a walk, listen to music, do what works for you. You know what works for you, you know what relaxes you. This is the time to do it. These 4 days is the time to do it. As I would always say, come to peer mentoring But as a reminder, we are closed for peer mentoring just for the fall break. We'll be back in on Monday, and we'll be having more peer mentoring sessions. You can come in. We can totally, help you out. You maybe don't know how to spend winter break, which is coming up in the end of the semester. How are you going to use that time to relax? We can go over that. We can maybe start a little plan. We can work together. That's what we do in our peer mentoring sessions. So starting Monday, we will have more peer mentoring sessions. Oh, like always, we have our RSVP link in our link in our bio on our Instagram. So if you need maybe some help with that, you are welcome to come for a peer mentoring session. So I also wanted to use this platform of the podcast to kind of highlight certain events that maybe we are hosting as Beach Buddies, or maybe that the community in Long Beach are hosting. Throughout the whole semester, Beach Buddies have been hosting different wellness workshops, and I'm finally here to promote mine. I'm hosting a first generation student workshop on Tuesday, December 1st at 3 p.m. We'll be discussing different coping mechanisms, talking about both on campus and off campus resources for first generation students. I also wanted to host this workshop as a way to give a space to discuss some struggles that first generation students go through and give you an opportunity to meet other first generation students kind of in our community, and so you won't feel alone. I think a lot of us first generation students feel like we are alone in this, and I really wanted to show you that we're not. Um, I really hope that some of you can make it, and I really can't wait to meet all of you guys so we can finally put a face to the voice in a way, because so far you've only heard my voice, but you know how I look like. Um, Again, just a little friendly reminder that we are not available for peer mentoring during the fall break, but we will be back on Monday, November 30th. So if you're needing some peer mentoring, we'll see you then. Um, as I said before, this is the last podcast of the semester. So I'll be back next semester. New year, new semester. See, we got this, guys. We got this. As always, this is Stephanie, your host, friend, and fellow beach buddy. I really hope you guys have a wonderful and relaxing fall break, and I'll see you next time.